Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome to all of you. I am glad that you guys are joining me. Just make sure it's working. It sounds like it is. Awesome. Hey, everyone. Glad that you can join me for this impromptu live stream. It's been an interesting evening, to say the least. And obviously, we are here to talk about the news that is being widely reported, but not confirmed. And I'll get into that in a few minutes. But yes, today is a great day if you are a Canucks fan. Hey everyone, I am Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, September the 30th. If you're new, this is what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Today was also the first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation up here in Canada for those that aren't from Canada. So a way to respect and remember and honor our First Nations friends and the atrocities and the suffering that they had to go through. So I hope that you all had a chance, working or not, school or not, you all had a chance to spend a few minutes in reflection. Okay, let's get going. I want to thank the moderators right away in advance. Hopefully you don't have to be too busy, but you never know. I want to thank my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. I am now down 9.5 pounds. I'm so close to that 10-pound mark. And if you want to sign up for a free 7-day trial with them, please go ahead and do so in my video descriptions. Also, to Gassy Jack Art, to Monkey 9 Brewing, and to Zawada Mortgages, thank you. I want to thank my hero members, nucksfan number 29, Just Incredible, Lucas Gates, and Andrew Chang, and my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, and Shannon Hollingworth. And my franchise members and my all-star members, thank you for supporting me the ways that you do. And to all of you watching, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know I do not take you for granted. I know that you could be doing anything else because I usually don't stream on a Thursday night, so I thought it would be a great chance to do so. So I will get to your questions in a second. Let me just talk about a couple of things. Lucas Gates with the $10 donation. Lucas, already a hero, already supporting this channel in the best way possible. And Lucas comes through once again. So thank you, Lucas. Let's get some hype for Lucas in the chat. And yes, thank you. Let's read Lucas's comment. I was at my day work when the news started to drop. I was flipping out with joy. Perfect way to hype the return of me at Rogers Arena since I'll be there for training. Awesome. That's perfect timing. So let's give some hype for Lucas. Also, all of you right now, let's get type in the chat where you're coming from tonight. I see Murray's from New Zealand. Let's get where you're coming from. And I want to say this real quick. Like this video, like the fact that we're together on a Thursday night, impromptu, like the fact that we have our two franchise players locked up. Like this video, like the fact that we're together tonight, and like the fact that Pettersson and Hughes probably won't play tomorrow night, but they will likely play as early as Sunday. So again, you can keep asking, hold your questions until I release the question time, but I want to talk for about 5 or 10 minutes. I want to talk about what we know, and I want to talk about quickly my philosophy of why. No, let me just get to it naturally. So this is what we know. People from Irfan Gaffar, Rick Dollywall, Thomas Drance, Darren Drager, national and local reporting, and the news started to break throughout the afternoon that there were some more serious talks, and this is really, really good that obviously this was happening, and then details started to come out. So nothing is very important to note that nothing has been confirmed by the team. They're usually a little bit slow because all the insiders are trying to rush out. But even no insiders have said definitively this is what it is. But the first one is Quinn Hughes, 6 years at $7.75 million. Again, 6 years, $7.75 million. Let's talk about the practicality of this. First, Quinn Hughes, even though he's played 3 seasons, one of them was only 5 games, so that doesn't count for a season when it comes to contracts. It's kind of weird. So Quinn Hughes with the 2, I almost put the wrong finger up there, had 5 more years of restricted free agency to get to his 7. So by playing 2, by signing him for 6, so that makes 8, there we go, we are in essence buying 1 of his UFA years, if that makes sense. So again, he's played 2 in terms of contract. If we sign him for 6, So of those 6, 5 of them are his RFA years. So we buy one of his UFA years. So that means, yes, at the end of his 6 years, he does become an unrestricted free agent, so he can go sign wherever he wants. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about that because anytime you have a chance to sign a franchise player, you do so. You do so. And we have a new subscriber in Andreas. Let's give him some love. So anytime you have a chance to sign a guy long-term, you do so because it gives you cost certainty. I don't worry that, they should have went 7 or 8 years. No, 6 years is still good, especially at that number of 7.75. To get him under $8 million a year, I think is really good, especially when you look at the Seth Jones and the Darnell Nurses of the world and what they're making. For a player entering his prime, for a player as good as we hope Quinn Hughes will be, 7.75 over 6 years is indeed very good, especially when the salary cap is going up, yet we know that we have him for 7.75 for 6 years. That's outstanding work. He'll become about the 13th or 14th highest paid defenseman in the league. So there's 12 or 13 guys making more than him. He's right in the ballpark of Shea Weber and of Victor Hedman. So believe it or not, those guys make about $7.8 million a year. We know that the Carlsons and Dowdys and even Dougie Hamiltons and the Darnell Nurses and Seth Jones, they make... And we have a new member as well, Benny. Let's welcome Benny to the CCC crew. That is awesome. Welcome, Benny. You will not be disappointed. So let's get some love for Benny. That is amazing. Okay, so 7.75, you can tell I'm excited, is a good contract. Some might say, well, he hasn't really proven himself. He had a bad year. It doesn't matter because in going forward, we're going to be laughing when we're looking at that $7.75 million. Especially in the later years of his contract, when a lot more people are, when a lot of other guys are going to be making a lot more. So Benny subscribed as well. Andrea subscribed, and then Benny also become a member. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So we don't know with both Hughes and Pettersson, we don't know exactly how the deal is structured. Is it $5 million this year? Then it goes up to 7, then 9, blah blah blah. But with Hughes, because he becomes a UFA at the end of his 6 years. Oh, there's 2 Andreases. That's amazing. I got so confused. That's awesome. I thought it just, wow. If you're named Andreas, you got to make sure you subscribe tonight. So with Quinn Hughes, it doesn't matter what his last year of his offer is because there's no qualifying offer. Bottom line is after 6 years, Quinn Hughes becomes an unrestricted free agent. I don't worry about that. I truly don't because now we know we have cost certainty with him. You might say, well, I would have given him 2 or 3 years and then do another deal. Yeah, you do that, but then he might be worth 9 or 10 or 8 or 8.5 or 9 by that time. So I'm fine with that. So that's Hughes. With Pettersson, completely different story. Pettersson is a 3-year contract. So he's done 3 years. He's got 3 years. Guess what? At the end of this one, that's only 6 years down. So we still have all his rights. He's a restricted free agent, so we have the first right to sign him, which I'm sure we will. So this is why Pettersson's contract, though, is very, very interesting. So not only he's rumored to make 7.7, almost the same as the 7.75. So it's a bit more than Matthew Barzal's $7 million. I think he's a better player than Matthew Barzal. It's not as much as Kaprizov's $9 million, but that was for 5 years. There's only for 3. And it's more than Braden Point's second contract of 6.75. And we know how good Braden Point is. Here's the key with Petey, though. This is where his salary does matter. Because at the end of his 3-year contract, we have to give him what's called a qualifying offer because he's a restricted free agent. That qualifying offer will be the lesser of 2 numbers. Either his salary in his 3rd year of his new contract or 120% of the AAV. Now you're saying, well, Clay, that's a little confusing. Let's look at both those numbers. Let's say, for instance, at 7.7, let's take the easiest example. Let's say he makes 5.7. Remember, his cap hit is 7.7. But let's say he makes 5.7 in the first year, 7.7 in the second year, and 9.7 in the 3rd year. Okay, follow me here. 5.7 first year, 7.7 second year, 9.7 in the 3rd year. You can tell using easy math that averages 7.7. The qualifying offer will have to be the lesser of 9.7, which is his salary for the year. Thank you, Matthew, for the subscription. So the qualifying offer will have to be the lesser of 9.7, which is the salary for the year, or 120% of 7.7, which is the AAV. So using easy math or my calculator, 7.7 times 120%, 9.24. So in that case, we'd have to qualify him at 9.24 million, not $9.7 million. This is a new rule, you guys. This came into play last summer. Brock Boeser is under the old rule, right? We know that Boeser makes whatever it is, 5.8 AAV, but we know that he's making 7.5 in true salary. Because he was in the old rules, it's not the lesser of 120% of AAV, 5.9 or 7.5. It is simply 7.5. So that's why we're going to hear about Brock Boeser's qualifying offer next year, having to start at 7.5 million. But for Petey, at the end of his, it's going to be the lesser of 120% of 7.7, which is 9.24, or whatever the salary is for his third year. Does that make sense? Give me a yes or a one, or say any other word that you want, but tell me if that made sense to you in the chat, because I'm not trying to sound smart or whatever. I'm trying to break it down, because I find that while many of you are very bright and very intelligent, I try and target my vlogs for the more casual fan. As much as I appreciate all you hardcores out there, I don't want to respectfully talk over the heads of people, if that makes sense. So for most of you, you said it makes sense, and that was a good. Okay, Sean. Okay, Sean. If you already know how it works, then of course that made sense to you. But thank you for that. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad it made sense to most of you. Okay, good. Because I'm probably gonna do it again for my vlog tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, so PD 3 years, 7.7 likely. Hughes 6 years at 7.75. Now the one question. Hold your questions, and then I'll get to all your questions. A couple of people have direct messaged me and asked me why I didn't vlog about it tonight. It was a really interesting conversation that I had with my kids, who are doing really well with their bowling YouTube channel, and my wife and my daughter not so much, because they didn't have much to offer in terms of YouTube strategy. It was really interesting, because I was ready to go to do this is going to sound like I'm whining, but I'm not. I was ready to go to do a vlog tonight, and there was just something inside of me that said, Clay, just wait till tomorrow until the actual numbers come out. Tomorrow could very well be 6 years, 7.75 for Hughes, 3 years, 7.7 for Pettersson, and that's fine. And they're, I have YouTubers that I really respect and that I know that release vlogs today, and the vlogs are doing really well, and that's awesome. It really is. For me, and only me, I saw Instagram accounts also releasing details, and again, those details. Thank you, Puck Viral. Thank you for the donation. Let's get some hype for Puck Viral in the chat, and also some Instagram accounts and others that are pumping out content. Other content creators that are pumping out content, saying, well, they might be not be saying that it's official, but they're going with these numbers, and that's fine. I think for me, I don't need it confirmed by the team, because obviously the team's usually the last one to confirm it, but I just wanted to see it. It wasn't even covering my butt. I just want to be accurate. I think that's the main thing. So I only did a 1 minute YouTube short about it, just saying this is the reported numbers. And believe it or not, and I hope you believe me, and I've talked about this many times before, I don't fall into the comparison trap. I'm not very competitive. I don't worry if I have more subscribers than this guy or less subscribers than this guy. I don't worry if I make more money on YouTube or less money on YouTube than this guy or this girl. I just want to provide accurate content to you. And I never want to consider myself as the one breaking the news, because I'm never going to break the news. But I want to give you proper insight and proper reaction to the news, if that makes sense. And that's hopefully what I'm doing a bit tonight, and what I will do tomorrow as well. So again, if it sounds like I'm whining, or if it sounds like you think that I missed the boat by not vlogging tonight, no, that's why I'm here tonight. I want to just chat about it. If I lost potentially 5,000 views on a video or whatever, then so be it. I can live with that. Okay. So I hope that makes sense, and that's no judgment to others that did jump on the story and jump with numbers, because I bet you those numbers are going to turn out to be correct. And then maybe I'll be kicking myself. No, I won't be kicking myself for not doing it. But for me, it was important to be accurate and to make sure that it was at least confirmed by someone. But Murphy's Law, it's going to be 7.75 and 7.7. Last thing I'll say about it, and then I will turn it over to you, is the one time that I did jump on something, it was pretty funny. It was the bubble. And the rumors were that it was going to be Vancouver and Vegas. And, Rob Fay of The Nation. I had a couple other sources. I think Farhan Logi. They're all tweeting. It's going to be Vegas and Vancouver. So I jumped on it, was all proud that I went early. And then thanks for the new subscription, Sea to Sky. And then it turns out that it was Toronto and Edmonton and not Vancouver and Vegas. So all to say, you might think, well, Clay, it sounds like you care about these kind of things because you just spent 5 minutes talking about it. No, I just wanted to share with you because a couple of you did reach out and say, hey, where's the vlog? How come you didn't vlog about it? And that's cool. That's cool. When news breaks, Clay fixes it very goodly. So hope that makes sense. And now I will turn it over to you. Ask away, and I'll get to as many questions as I can. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for the new subscribers, the new members, amazing stuff. Like this video. We have 130 people in here, which is amazing. Let's get the likes up to about 60 or so, 60 or 65. Let's go. Bennett, do you think Travis will try both centering on the third line? I think it's possible, but Bennett, I would say to you and to others freaking out, not saying you're freaking out, but anyone freaking out that Horvat's listed as a third line, it's just the way the lines are listed. They could play the exact same minutes as the second line, say Miller, Podkolzin, and Garland, and it's more of a matchup thing as opposed to man. If you have PD, Hoglander, and Besser on your top line, and then a Miller, Podkolzin, Garland in your second line or the next line, and then Horvat, Dickinson, and Pearson, that's a matchup nightmare for any other team. So I'm okay with it. I really am. Justin, thanks for those kind words. I appreciate that. Fangirl, hi Clay. How does the league contract approval process work? I'm still trying to understand it. Once the contract is agreed on, it has to get sent to the league. They approve it, usually right away, and it gets what's called filed with the league. And that's why sometimes you hear Drager and Dollywall and Thomas Drance, they break news of contract details because they're already talking to agents, they're already talking to players. Players are telling their friends and family, whatever it is. Agents are telling people, they're bragging about the commission they're going to make. And whereas it takes time for the league to approve it and then for the team to announce it. So that's why we often hear from insiders, reporters, before we hear from the actual team. Dexter, no need to apologize. Is Chernak a good replacement? Chernak's great, but didn't he sign a new contract with Tampa? I don't think he's coming here. How do they replace Hamnick? Well, they have some money. That's the other thing I forgot to say. If they get Hughes and Pettersson done for $15.5, they technically have almost about $4 million if Hamnick opts out. His $3 million plus $1 million more. So they could still get a pretty good player. But let's wait to hear the Hamnick news tomorrow. Man, between the contracts and the Hamnick news, I think it's going to be a lot of big news tomorrow for sure. When do you think Hughes and PD first play? Andreas, new subscriber, thank you. And a new subscriber in Wilden. Thank you, Wilden. I appreciate that. I've heard that they are flying to Vancouver tomorrow, and then they won't play tomorrow night, obviously. They'll practice Saturday, and then they'll play on Sunday, which is awesome because I'm going to that game against Winnipeg on Sunday afternoon. So I bet you they play on Sunday. Matthew, what D-man do you think the Nucks will pick up if Ham doesn't come back? A lot of people talking about Jason Demers. There's a lot of guys out there. I don't know. That's a really good point. I would love Sami Vatanen, but he's playing in Europe. Lucas, will this deal mean possible trades coming down the pipe? They don't need to. Wow, things are going crazy tonight. You guys are awesome. Micah just subscribed. Thank you, Micah. That is great. Smash that like. I'm with you, Gomer. Filmer, yesterday radio station layoffs and Tate no Donnie and Dolly for National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, but unofficial progress with PD and Huggy and Clay email steps up for all Canucks fans. I do what I gotta do, Filmer. Our Canucks, what do you think lines will be on opening night? I think it's going to be, do we need Dickinson on the fourth line? Maybe. I think if Sutter and Mott are out, I think it's going to be PD with Besser and Hoglander, Miller with Podkolzin and Garland, Horvat with Pearson and maybe Chason if we sign him. And then you can have Dickinson centering the fourth line with a guy like Phil DiGiuseppe, who's doing really well, and a guy like Matthew Highmore or Nick Patan. So I'm worried about the penalty killing, but that's what I think it might look like. Do you support Miller as a 2C? I'm willing to give it a shot for sure. I'm willing to give it a shot. Yeah, I think Travis Green likes Miller in the middle. Travis, oh no, I just read that. Bill, are you going to sleep all day on the 15th before your 24-hour stream? No, I have to work that day, or I might do a half day, but I'll get, and I can't rest on the Thursday night, the 14th, because I'm doing hockey pools. No, I'll be fine. I pulled all-nighters before. I might have to go for quick walks. If you saw me on Twitter, you know that I have a new treadmill, so I might have to move that in here and do a bit on the treadmill. But no, Bill, I'm confident that I'll be okay for that. Dominic, no problem. No need to apologize. Glad to see you as well. Dave, going to Sunday game. Nice. Maybe I'll see you there. Are Petey and Hughes playing? That's the plan, I think. Dexter, why do you put music in your shorts instead of sticking to your traditional way of no music? Dexter, great question. And it's weird because the music only goes for 15 seconds. You can't go for a minute. I have a friend who works for YouTube, and he told me that putting music in your shorts helps with discoverability. So I put it very quiet too, but he said that the algorithm picks up the music, picks up the short more when there's music in it. And I also think it's a chance for me to express my creativity. I had Bobby Brown in there. I had Bruno Mars in there today. It was Cool in the Gang. So that's the reason why, Dexter. But I'd love to know why you're asking. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you're asking just because you want to know. Sean, saw some cynicism towards Hughes for not signing, but this is a team-friendly contract. Don't we think Hughes deserves some love for the fan base? Yeah, Sean, if the cynicism is he doesn't deserve it, I've seen a bit of that too. I don't necessarily agree. And the other thing I think with this one is, and I've talked about this before, I didn't think it was going to take this long until September 30th or October 1st, but I knew that we were in it for the long haul because there was really no rush for Petey and Hughes to sign. It just made us more nervous. That's a deep forward group. I agree, Benny. Hayden, enough cash on hand to sign a 1-year deal for right-hand D. You're right. Justin, with Hughes' 6-year deal leading to UFA, would you foresee the Canucks trying to extend him in year 5? And if they can't, they'll try to move him in year 6 for assets. Yeah, that's always so tricky. It depends if he's got a no movement clause, right, Justin? If he does, then we can't do much. If he doesn't, then it depends. If we're in the middle of a playoff run, I don't think you trade him. But if we're out of it, then you do. But great question, but I don't want to worry about it for another 5 years. Edmund, with Hamnick, if he doesn't want to get vaccinated, I'd rather him not be on the team, even though it does hurt us. I'd rather have a team player. Yeah, that's tough. I don't want to comment too much on it. There might be religious family reasons for that. Travis, are they going to sign the contract in Michigan or fly to Vancouver and then sign it? Pretty sure they're flying to Vancouver. I'm sure the agent's going to take care of all the paperwork, and they walk in and they sign it here for a nice photo op. Edmund misses Tanev. I think a lot of people do. Angus says, who are some possible Hamnick replacements? I mentioned Jason Demers is one. There's a bunch of other guys. I saw a list, but no one actually really that stood out to me, to be honest with you. Some older guys, or maybe they try and fill it from within, but they have some money to go with for sure. Fangirl, I'm assuming now they officially signed, you may have a lot to talk about on Monday for Canucks After Dark. Yes, we will for sure. Irfan, if Hamnick doesn't return, do you think Betting should trade for someone to play Quinn with? They actually don't have to trade Irfan. They're going to have enough money in their own salary structure where they can go out and get someone as opposed to give up assets. Sean, any player on any of the other 31 teams you surprised with most so far? Love how Benoit Oliver Giroux has played so far personally. Admittedly, Sean, I have not followed the preseason happenings of other teams, so I can't really answer that. I'm sorry about that. Andreas, I would say that they should keep some cap flexibility for the deadline. That's a good thought. Chernek's, otherwise more teams would have been after him. So High T, I did a long explanation about how much they have to qualify EP40 after 3 years, but I'll say this. I did that right at the start of this video, but I will say that it's the lesser of the salary for his third year, whether it's 9 or 10 million, or 120% of his AAV is 7.7, which is 9.24. So it's the lesser of 9.24 or the salary of his third season. Anula, miss you. Nice to see you. Did you decide which jersey to sleep in? Yes, Dylan, you must be following me on Twitter. I was deciding, should I sleep in the Hughes jersey? Should I sleep in the PD jersey? Could be warm if I wear both. Maybe I put one around my legs, run around my upper torso, one on each arm, one on each leg. Maybe I'll stop there before I say something inappropriate. We'll see. But maybe I'll just hug them. I'll hug them very profusely before I go to bed. Jogpal is going to be at the game this Sunday too. Awesome. And yeah, thanks for all the new subscribers. This is great. I actually forgot to update the counter. So it says 7616, but according to my app, it says we're at 7632, which is awesome. So thanks everyone. I appreciate the new subs. Jed, hey Clay, congrats again to Jacob. Thank you. Being so busy, I've been watching your videos after the streams. Thank you. Making a point to watch them daily. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Jed. Micah, I appreciate the Canucks allowing the media cycle to focus on Indigenous reconciliation today and announce tomorrow. I believe that was the case. I'm from North Van, but I live and teach up in an Indigenous community in Northwest Territories. Awesome. That's awesome, Micah. Thank you for that. Wilden, since Gadget improved his speed, what do you think of putting him on the left wing with Petey and Besser? I don't think he's got the hands to be with Petey and Besser, even though it's... And remember, Wilden, I hear what you're saying, but his speed, he improved it to be average now, right? As opposed to... He's not like a burner or anything. I don't think he makes the team, unfortunately. But yes, he's at least a physical force. No Lockwood? I don't think so. I don't think Lockwood and Gadjevich are on the opening night roster. Didn't Demir's next Canucks trade? That's the story, yes. I don't remember it, but it kind of rings a bell now. Matthew Pullman is getting more and more hype. What are your thoughts on him? Seen him live once at training camp, watched him on TV. I thought he's pretty good, actually. He doesn't have to be amazing at $2.5 million, but he's got to be decent for sure. I think he'll be okay with Ekman Larson. Where do you see McEwen slotting in? Best grinder we have. Yes, puck viral, but I'm not sure if he's going to make the team as a top 12, to be honest with you. I could see him being a healthy scratch. Yes, Fangirl, it's a huge relief. Hello, Jamie. Tyson, if and when we get Sutter back, would you want to see the Lotto line return, then have Bo Dickinson and Sutter? Yep, I'd be fine with that. I think they're doing this because they're putting Miller at center because of no Sutter. Because I'm not sure if DiGiuseppe, Lockwood, Patan, Highmore, if any of those guys are natural centers. Green today didn't say whether best at a maintenance day or not. Are you concerned? Travis, I'm not concerned yet. I'd rather be now than the start of the season, so I'm okay with it. I heard ankle. Johnny going to the game tomorrow. That's awesome, Johnny. That is great. Isn't the game in Calgary? That's awesome. James, okay. So I have no problem because I want to honor James. James Tao is the word. So you guys know I'm usually 5 or 6 minutes behind in the comments because I try not to like ram through them. James works for YouTube. I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to say that, but I just did. And he's the one who's giving me advice on shorts, on algorithms. I appreciate James. He encourages me to try different things. And yeah, it's something brand new, but I don't think a lot of hockey vloggers are using shorts right now. And I think that could be a way that I can differentiate myself a little bit. So thank you, James. Appreciate that. Curious? No problem, Dexter. No problem. Great. I'm old habits. I just skipped like 8 minutes of comments. All right, let's keep on going. Brian, yes, Vancouver can breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, friends, I'm just going to go questions only so I can catch up a little bit. So if you have comments, thank you, but I might not read them out loud at least, but I'll scan them. And unless you're complimenting me, then I will read them out loud. Bennett, what are your expectations for OEL this year? I think he's going to be fine. I really do. I'm impressed by him. I think he'll get between 40 and 45 points, and yes to a resurgence. Matthew, any update of Besser day-to-day? Nope, just what you've read on Twitter as well. Betty says, house tour, please. Funny, Betty, I mentioned that for the 24-hour live stream. I was talking about it, and then I actually brought it up in, I think, the stream either on Sunday night, and at that time, I said that I probably wouldn't do it from a safety perspective. Trevor, you've missed a lot, but welcome. Go back and watch from the start. I gave a really good explanation on the Hughes and PD contracts. Well, I thought they were really good. Is Klimovich going to make the team? Not this year, Mark? No problem, Fangirl. Yeah, no, we're getting a lot of people in here. It's pretty cool. Maybe I should do these impromptu lives. Maybe I should just live stream every night at 10 p.m. What do you guys think about that? I'm just kidding. I think that'll be crazy. And I think you guys would get sick of me. But I've actually thought about going nightly at 10. But I already have Sunday and Wednesday nights and then Monday night with Parker. So that's already 3 nights. Well, then Tuesday night I have to bowl. It ends at 10. And I have to be at my church at 11. And then I don't want to know if I want to give up my Friday and Saturday. No, I think 10 o'clock every night is a little too much. Although I could be the new version of Sports Page. Okay, let's keep on going. Do you see the Canucks trying to extend Besser in the middle of the season? Travis Green, unfortunately, I don't. I think they should try so we can avoid this. But I do think that's kind of like the way that they go with yeah, that's kind of what they do with the star players. Edmund, they don't do another Nate Schmidt. Are you ready for the season? You betcha, John. How many goals will Eriksson score against us in the playoffs on his way to winning the Stanley Cup? Hopefully the answer is 0, Sean. Reaction. Were you mad when Eriksson scored Arizona's first goal in the preseason? Not at all. Not at all. Out of sight, out of mind. Dexter, should you sleep in your Pettersson jersey? Yes, we can be twinsies. I can sleep in mine. You can sleep in yours. That didn't sound right. Edmund, you should sleep in Eric Weinrich jersey. Okay, I got to get back to questions. Bennett, what really good defensive defenseman would you like the Canucks to acquire, trade, or signing? Oh, man. Defensive defenseman? There's a lot. I wanted Eric Chernak, actually, before he signed. So, Bennett, I'm not sure if you're talking about guys that are on the market now, not a lot of good ones, or guys. I would love to see Troy Setcher come back here, actually, after his Detroit contract runs up. Anula, yes, I'm so happy to see you. Hank, it's first time here. Well, welcome, Hank. You are always welcome here. Benji's giving me advice on how to sleep with the two jerseys. Dexter, I think everyone should wear their Pettersson and Hughes jersey to bed, Clay? So Dexter, he mastered putting statements as questions, but putting the Clay at the end. Sure, if everyone has a Pettersson or Hughes jersey, wear it to bed tonight. Sounds good, Lucas. Angus, I'd say Rogers Arena is okay. It's not the best. We've kind of have the reputation of being a more quiet and stilted crowd, especially compared to Vegas and Nashville. But it's not bad. The fans are very knowledgeable, that's for sure. Awesome. Keep it up, Jamie. Fangirl, is Gail okay with you sleeping in your jersey? I got to be careful how I answer this. I don't think she'll notice. She'll be asleep by the time I go upstairs. Yeah, the Leno, I don't know. I hear Jason Demers' name a lot. I have to do more research on Hamnet replacements. I will certainly start doing that tomorrow if he indeed opts out or retires. Justin, can I promote tickets for the Sunday game, 4 p.m. for Winnipeg? Sure you can. Does that mean you have 2 tickets to sell, Justin? Or what do you mean by that? Or you're helping the Canucks sell them? Duffin says, let's go to the game together. Lucas, another donation. Thank you, Lucas. What jersey are you planning to wear on Sunday? This one is my favorite, the Hughes black skate. But I don't know. I think I'm going to be pretty hyped to wear this one. One of these two for sure. I'll let you know, Lucas. I'll send you a text for sure. Yeah, I heard about Jason Vrana, Micah. That's really too bad. Jacob Vrana, not Jason. Jacob Vrana. I'm with you, Sean. I'm with you. And thanks again, Lucas, for the donation. What do you think the D line will look like? If with Hughes now, I think it's going to be Ekman Larson with Pullman. I think it's going to be Hughes, Shen, Rathbone, Myers, because they don't want to play. They don't. There's the notification. They don't want to play Hughes and Myers together for some reason. But I don't know if Shen can play second pairing minutes. I think that's why you got to look into another defenseman, quite frankly. Oh, just skipped a whole bunch of things again. All right. Do you think Green will make Petey and Hughes do the bag skate once they arrive? I know Besser had to. I don't know if... I think Green might make them do something, but I don't know if it's a bag skate. But, man, if they do, that's just going to blow up on social media. We'll see. If they do target Jason Demers, I'm fine with it, Edmund. What's your favorite Thanksgiving meal food? I like dark meat turkey. How many points can PD and Hughes get? I think I predicted 85 for PD and about 60 for Hughes, I think. Who are your top 4 in the Pacific Division? Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, in that order. Jogpa, I don't know anything about Fan First. I have to look into it. Do you think Oli Levy makes the team or he's a bust? Can I not pick either? I don't think he makes the team, but I'm not going to label him bust just yet, although we did pick him very high. Will Shen and Hughes be together now? Possibly Brian. Just do after games at 10. Oh, that's a good idea, Sean, actually. If I do game nights at 10, because I don't want to do every single game, and some nights I'm busy or I already have live streams. Yeah, that's an idea, actually. James likes the nightly live stream. You'd figure that. Just incredible. with a $7.75 donation for maybe Hughes' contract. Love it. I can't go to Sunday game due to work, but have a pair of Upper Bowl Center Ice 307 available. Looking to sell what I have paid. Okay, so I guess that's what you mean. Yeah, go ahead. If anyone wants to, Justin, I don't know how they get in contact with you. I don't know if you dare leave your email address, but Justin is selling a pair of seats for at cost for the game on Sunday. And as a bonus, you get to meet me. Not you get to sit with me, but I'll be there. So if that doesn't make it worth it, I don't know what else does. So let's. If anyone wants to buy tickets to Sunday's game, you can connect with Justin. Thanks for the donation, Justin. You didn't have to donate just to make that announcement. I appreciate you. Hero members coming through. Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary. Yeah, same as me, Tyson. Lucas, another $5 donation. Going crazy. This is weird. This is my last stream before I get back to Rogers Arena. What a trip. Over a year and a half wait. Yeah, I'm happy for both you and Justin. What is it? All Hero members work at Rogers Arena or something? I'm from Taiwan, so this time works for you. That's awesome, Hank. Glad to have you. Chris, brother. Hey there, Clay. If it's true that Hamnick is withdrawing, how do you want the team to address the defensive hole? Well, given the rumored contracts for Petey and Hughes, Ferland's LTIR, we could have up to $4 million to sign a guy. That's not chump change. That's pretty good. So I would like to see them. I don't think Shen is a top 6 guy all the time. So I would love to see them bring in someone. I don't know who, but I'd love to. James says, do it every night. It doesn't have to be an hour. Okay. Jed, Bo, PD, Besser. Oh, I'd go any 3 of Bo, PD, or Besser. I would. Do it when you have the time. These streams are great. Thank you, Trevor. I think I've hit a nice niche and nice with these streams. I know a lot of other vloggers do them, and they do them well, but I really like what we're doing here. The community we're building, the variety, how quick it goes, how it never drags, mostly because of your guys' great questions. Phil, hey Phil, looking good as always. Thank you, or usual, not always. Take my advice and wear Hughes jersey as a top and PD jersey as pants. Okay, that's gonna get a little bit warm, but I'll see what I can do. Thanks, Phil. Nice to see you. Twinsies. Yeah, Dexter, I don't think we look anything alike, but I can aspire to look like you. Yeah, Travis, I agree. I'm not sure Jason Mears is top 4, but then they don't want to play Hughes with Myers. I think they're too similar. Tyson's going to wear Horvat to bed. That's fine. Micah. Scott Mayfield from the Islanders. What stadium do you think is loudest in the NHL? Well, I've heard I've been to a game in Vegas, and I've heard Nashville is pretty nuts too. Hey, Sharms. Saga is done. You just locked me up. Okay, you are my ping pong agent, so I appreciate it. I actually took 2 out of 5 games from Jake. He beat me 3 games to 2, so I'm getting better. Yes, I just recognized the PD jersey. Thank you. That's weird. I didn't touch it. What would your goal for Halak be this season? Like save percentage? I want him at 915 save percentage. I want him at 250 goals against average. Thank you for the new subscription, the real Tony Dean. Is there a fake Tony Dean? I'm glad that the real one is a subscriber, though. Do you have any non-Canucks NHL fan gear? Hi, T. You will have to come to my 24-hour live stream to find out. No, I can just tell you now. NHL, yeah, I have a Winnipeg Jets t-shirt, and that's it. I don't have any jerseys of other teams. I have football jersey, Seahawks. I have basketball jersey, Houston Rockets of all things, because I went there and they gave it to me as a gift. But I am going to do a jersey and apparel kind of showing as part of my 24-hour live stream, tell some stories and model some of my favorite clothing. Whoa. Is that 11 or TT? TT just subscribed. That's awesome. Thank you, TT. I hope I'm not saying anything bad when I say that. Okay, so Justin is selling at $65 a seat. His cost, very good, very good. Hi, Shannon. Will tomorrow be the day we know about Hamnick's future? If not, tomorrow will be Saturday. He has until the end of tomorrow to decide. Bennett, what line combination are you most excited for the Canucks if you could create your own? If I could create my own, whoa. They'd be so small, but they'd be so exciting to watch. I would love to see Petey, Garland, and Besser. But yeah, they get kind of smushed. I think you got to separate Petey and Garland, but that would be an exciting line combination for me. Thank you, Travis, for the new subscription. What seats are they? Okay, that's about you and Justin. What would you trade for right-hand D? No, I wouldn't trade Micah. I would. I don't want to give up any assets. We don't have any assets to give up. I would sign someone who's a free agent. And then we wouldn't get good value because teams would know we're desperate, right? They would try and take advantage of us or really get a good deal out of us. Where do you sit at Rogers, CC? I sit in section 319. 319. I think Justin talked about $65 a ticket in section 307. See, there you go. 307, row 10. No problem, Coach Rob. You can go back and watch it. I just decided at 10 o'clock tonight. So I tweeted it and I put it on the community board. But no problem, Coach Rob. You can go back and watch this one. Hang the jerseys over your bed. That's a good idea. If Hamannik actually doesn't come back, do you think it would have been better if the Canucks just signed PD for long term? Yeah, that's a great point, but then you don't have any money to go out and improve your team. So I think PD wanted a short term all along. I really do. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. What was the first jersey you ever got? The first jersey I ever got, I'd have to go upstairs and look. It might be Luongo actually, because I didn't have jerseys of like Bure or Linden or those guys growing up. It might be Luongo. So not for a long time until I was older. What team would you cheer if there wasn't a Canadian team? Tampa and Colorado are my favorite American teams. Got to watch Angus, you got to watch the Kraken scrimmage. Nice. That's pretty cool, Angus. Ellie Williams, who else collects jerseys? Never realized it was so big. Lots of people on YouTube showing their collections. Absolutely. Fangirl, as a franchise member, utilizing her chat function. Will Petey and Hughes need to quarantine? Will they come back to Vancouver? I don't think so. I think they would have factored that in. I think they just got to produce a negative test. That's my guess. Are you happy now that Petey and Hughes have signed? Well, not officially, but yes, I'm very happy, Shannon. Yeah, they won't play tomorrow night. I think they're going to play on Sunday. Yeah, go ahead, Lucas. I won't read it out, but you're welcome to... you're a moderator, so unless you want to delete your own comment, that's fine. Pick up from waivers, a right-hand D. Yeah, no need to trade assets. Garland over under 30 goals, just under Travis, but very close. Karan, Clay, what jerseys should I pick up? Any suggestions? I'm thinking Podkolzin. That Podkolzin will look good, but do you want to wait to see how he does first? Otherwise, he'll be here for a while. No problem, Bennett. Thanks for being here. No problem, Charms. I know you do what you can do. Besides, I don't pay you anything. Micah, who do you think will be our breakout player of the year? Exceeding expectations. I think it'll be Dickinson. I think it'll be Jack Rathbone for me. Jack Rathbone. Pavel Bure. Nice, Jamie. Did you shop at Winning Spirit back in the day? Not a lot, Fillmore, admittedly. Angus, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to quarantine. Travis, will the Canucks be unbiased, win a cup in the next 283 years? Yes. They will win a cup in the next 283 years for sure. Clay, is the new treadmill fairly loud? No, it isn't. I'm not sure if you saw my tweet about it. It's not actually. In fact, I was on it for a whole hour while watching Survivor. Well, it's pretty funny. Actually, give me a second. This will be worth it. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to go grab something. And anyone who is... So hold your questions for a second because I think I'm going to stop here and go to Ask Me Anything. So no more Canucks questions. This is a nice natural break. Yes, today was a national holiday in Canada. First one, every September 30th. Okay, I'm going to go get something. And those of you that have been with me for a long time will appreciate this. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. So here's something kind of funny. Oh, Dexter, will you be able to get your steps in late at night without waking your family up? Yeah, the only thing that's loud about it is for some reason when you turn it on, it goes doo-doo-doo, like it's really, really loud. But then after that, it's quite quiet actually. And then it's downstairs in my TV room so I can close the door. Okay. Those of you that have been with me for a long time, you guys will appreciate this. Remember I had that total ghetto list of I was trying to write down people's names and their ages when my streams were a lot smaller, and I was trying to get to know all of you, and then I couldn't even read my own writing. It was really embarrassing, and sometimes I would hold it up to the screen and try and get you guys to help me read it. So today, what I was doing is, as you know, I like to get my 10,000 steps a day. I'm on a 5-month streak since May 8th, which is pretty cool. It's helped me be more fit, obviously. And I've basically figured out when I walk outside, when I go for a walk around the block, I get exactly 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. Okay? That makes sense? Yes, 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. So if I needed 5,000 steps, I would have to block off 15 minutes. If I needed 3,000 steps, I'd have to block off 30 minutes. Really easy math, right? So that means I'm doing about 100 steps every 60 seconds, so 1.5 steps per second. Okay. But then this treadmill goes up to 7.5 miles an hour, 11 kilometers an hour. So I wanted to see, obviously, at what speeds I would have to, for how long would I have to walk at certain speeds to get 1,000 steps? So then I know if I still need 3,000 steps, I can do the math and figure it out. So I don't know if you can read this. I'm just going to hold it up to this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, no, you can't because my light's too bright. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a sec. Oh, no, if I do this. Okay, there. Okay. But I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So at the top, I basically have 3.0 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. And then I tried to extend it to how many steps. I did a 5-minute test for each of those 3 speeds, 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. And then I figured out that at 3 miles an hour, I get 100 steps per minute. So I figured out that's what I usually walk then, right? Then it says there for 4 miles an hour, I get about 120 steps per minute. And at 5 miles an hour, because it's going so fast and I almost kill myself, I get about 150 steps a minute. Yes, that's what it was. And then down below, then you can see I said for 1,000 steps, I said 3 miles an hour. It'll take me 10 minutes to get 1,000 steps, which is kind of what I talked about. 4 miles an hour, it'll take me about 8.5 minutes to get 1,000 steps. And then lastly, 5 miles an hour, it'll take me about 6 or 7 minutes to get 1,000 steps. So I don't know why I took all the time to show you that. I probably just bored all of you, but it's just kind of funny how I did a 5-minute test for each of those things. And I confirmed 2 things. I confirmed that when I walk around the block, I must walk at exactly a 3 mile an hour pace, because that makes sense, right? 5 kilometers an hour walking. That makes sense because it's exact same 1,000 steps every 10 minutes as is on the treadmill as walking around. And of course, the faster the speed is, the more I have to walk. Okay. I hope that made sense. That was probably pretty painful for you guys to watch. Thank you, Samuel. I think I am looking better, and I'm feeling a lot better as well. Okay, so let's go to Ask Me Anything. Last 10 minutes, we'll go to 11:15. We'll make it a full hour. No Canucks or hockey-related questions, just other stuff. And I'll start with Karan. Hey, Clay, what are your favorite TV shows of all time? Yes, you're quite older than us. Well, thanks for the confirmation. Recently I've watched Blacklist and Criminal Minds, but back in the day, I'd watch Webster, Different Strokes, Silver Spoons, Moonlighting, shows like that. Dukes of Hazzard was one of my favorites as well. Jordan likes my live streaming schedule. Thank you. Yeah, Sunday and Wednesday for sure. Monday with Parker, and then maybe I'll throw in some post-game ones here and there. Fangirl, did you enjoy the Dear Evan Hansen movie? Thank you for asking, Fangirl. I really enjoyed it because I loved the music. Sean and Jake thought it was a little bit slow, a little bit boring. And Gail and Kayla thought it was okay. I liked it the most because I really liked the music in the show. It was just okay. It hasn't really gotten good reviews from critics for sure. GLCPC for the next Sun Run? Not sure, Angus. I'd have to be convinced. Sharms, how does it feel to know we are in October now, like in a couple hours, meaning hockey's back, and so is your 24-hour stream? Yeah, we're less than 3 weeks away from my 24-hour. We're basically 2 weekends away from my 24-hour live stream, which is pretty crazy when I think about it, but I can't wait. Dear Evan Hansen was okay. Thank you for asking, Reaction Club. Will you get other fitness equipment? I'd recommend a rower. Yeah, no, Edmund, in our house, I don't want to get too much stuff. We used to have a bigger, it wasn't even a treadmill. It was one of those things where you kind of walk and then your feet go up and down. That's the worst explanation ever, but it was taking up too much space. That's why this treadmill is so good. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I posted a quick video of me. There's me on the treadmill, new treadmill that we have in our living room. Kind of nice. That's me. So it's I love it, and Edmund, and I think it's gonna be really, really good for us. What number is on your Seahawks jersey, Clay? I think is it 29? It's Earl Thomas. I haven't worn it in a while. It's Earl Thomas the third. He wore 29, right? Yes. It is 29. Chinese food for Japanese food. Japanese food every single time for me. What will be the streaming schedule for Canucks After Dark once the season starts? Every Monday night at 10. Every Monday night at 10. Except I say that now, but Park and I talked. We have to switch the next two coming up. I won't spoil it here. Well, I can tell you. It's next Monday, October 4th. We have to do it at 7:30 because he has a commitment. And then the Monday after that, Thanksgiving Monday, we're moving it to the Tuesday. Did you watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Absolutely. That's also one of my favorites. What about the A-Team? I pity the fool, but no, I didn't watch A-Team that much. That was my Mr. T B.A. Baracus impression, obviously. Can you make the 24-hour live stream a yearly event? Well, let's A, see if I survive. B, if it's going to be any good. No, I know it's going to be really good because there are too many cool guests and too many fun things I have planned that it's not going to be cool. But I don't know if I'm going to make it yearly. I should make it monthly. Just kidding. Do you have Netflix? Yes, I do. Superstore, which is, yes, I've heard of Superstore, but I've never watched it. Karan, no problem. Yes, Lucas, I knew you were on a podcast. Thoughts on the Seahawks right now? I talked to a lot of people who are big Seahawks fans, and they don't seem overly worried, but not the best start in a very tough division. Justin, did you hear Montreal announce they had full capacity? Yes. Vancouver is the only city out of 32 teams that will not have full capacity to start the season unless that changes. Reaction, out of all the shows, Clay named, the only one I've heard of is Dukes of Hazzard. Yes, I am 47, and it sounds like Reaction Club is 23 or 24 years old. Thanks for making me feel old. Reaction Club, you're old enough to be my kid. Actually, I think many of you are old enough to be my kid. Marcus, thank you from Montreal, and good night. Brian got number 3. Nice. Fangirl. I'm assuming the capacity will be up to Dr. Brian Henry. Oh, yes. In working with her for sure. Sharms, is there a Canucks game that is played during the live stream date? Yeah, what's cool is Sharms, I'm going to start it right after the conclusion of one game on Friday night. And then it's going to include a watch party during the Saturday night game. So post game for one, and then watch party and then post game for another. So it's the games 2 and 3 of the season. Shannon, if you wanted a hot dog from 7-Eleven after the stream, would you go and get it? Order from Skip? No, Shannon, I have a 7-Eleven 800 meters away, so I could go walk and get it. What about Knight Rider? I like Kit, but not the biggest fan of Hasselhoff, so just okay. Who would you put money on in a fight, Hughes or Pettersson? Petey. Earl Thomas is old now. He's very old. You look great for 47. Thank you, Skylar. I appreciate that. Might be the Asian jeans or Asian shorts. Get it? You thought I was 39. I'll take that. Edmund's old enough to be my brother. I love it. Did you see Night Stalker on Netflix? No, I haven't watched that one. Angus, what do you order at the keg? Usually just prime rib or yeah. No, we always start with the bacon wrapped prawns, and then we also Then I'll just get sometimes I try the teriyaki, but I'll get a prime rib. No, I haven't tried the keg in the Seattle area. Why PD only got 3 years, whereas Hughes got 6 years? Different players, they value PD more, and they want to control his cost a bit more. And they want to lock Hughes up. That doesn't mean they value Hughes more, and they're different stages in their careers. Even though they both played 3 seasons, Hughes technically his first season didn't count as a contract. So kind of explain that all at the start. But the biggest thing, Hank, is they didn't have the money to sign both of them for a long term. take a nap before the first game? I might have to. Do you think Seahawks win the Super Bowl soon? No, not right now. I don't think they're in the top 10 in the... They might be top 10, but they're not top 5 in the NFL right now. 7-Eleven, I buy nacho ranch flavored corn nuts. Lucas, if you had a lifetime experience to live out a TV show dream, which one would you be in? I've joked about this, and I've even asked you what I would... I don't think I'd be good at Survivor because I have a bad stomach and I can't swim worth anything. I think I'd actually be good in The Apprentice because decent business mind, good leader, good team player. Apprentice would be fun if it was a reality TV show. If it was just, for fun, I love to go watch something like The Voice Live, any of those music shows, I think. What's your go-to cheap meal from 7-Eleven? Edmund, I've never ordered a meal from 7-Eleven, to be honest with you. What's your favorite 80s cartoon? Scooby-Doo? Who's your favorite son, daughter? Nice try. I love all of them equally. What grade do you give Jim Benning's off-season now? I move it from a B+ to an A-. Have you been following what's going on in MLB? I just know Toronto's fallen out a little bit. Costco's good hot dogs. Yeah, can't beat the price. Lucas, not talking reality. Talking about sitcoms. Well, I'd love to be a detective on Criminal Minds or CSI or something. For sitcoms, I don't watch. I've never seen Friends, Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, any of those shows. So all my sitcoms are kind of older. Karan, you're going to Sunday's game as well? Nice. Grab a picture and even a signature. Yeah, Karan, we can do that. Let's do this. First intermission. I'll just say this, you guys. For those of you on Twitter and going to the game, if I said something like, hey, meet outside this section, then first intermission, to you, is that cool is not the right word, but is that acceptable? Or are you like Clay, you're too much of a tryhard? Who cares? No one wants to meet you. So that's the easiest way to say for anyone who's at the game who wants to meet. Or maybe I don't put it on Twitter, but then how would I let people know? Because I've done that before and I kind of feel like, well, who the heck's going to come? But people come actually. And it's kind of nice. It sounds so show-offy, but I'm honest with you. I get stopped about 4 or 5 times a game by people in the concourse. Say, hey, can I play? Or I watch your videos and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I like it. My family rolls their eyes, but I'm a celebrity in my own mind. So Karan, all to say, let's say first intermission outside of section, it's the washrooms near 319. Hold on. Rogers Arena map. Let's do, here it is. Yeah, let's do the washrooms, not in the washroom, but around section 317, 318. Yeah, because there's an open space there, I think. Okay, let's aim for that. We'll see what happens. I'll probably tweet it out again. Oh, yeah, because I'm not doing a live stream before then. So, Karan, I'll be outside the men's washroom. There's a big wall there. I know that. Around section 317, 318 in the first intermission. That's what we're going to do. I'd love to meet you, Karan. Food from 7-Eleven? Don't eat any food from 7-Eleven. McDonald's or Wendy's? McDonald's? Yeah, I could be the Carlton to Fresh Prince. That's good. I like that, Lucas. Family Matters? Yeah, I didn't really watch that one. I do like Slurpees, though. I haven't seen Fraser. I know these shows, but I never watched Fraser. I never watched Home Improvement. Never watched King of Queens. Never watched 8 Simple Rules. Wow, I didn't watch any of those. Post on Facebook. Yeah, that's true. Would you rather block 1 Chara in his prime slap shot or 10 what? Never mind. How about you just storm the ice and do your meetup there? Yeah, and get kicked out and never be welcome back. Yeah, Canadians do say washroom. We say restroom or bathroom, but I say washroom. Kessler in the Ring of Honor, yes or no? I'm going to say no. Might be unpopular, but I say no. Have you tried Jollibee? I have indeed. All right, guys. We are at 11:15. The Jeffersons, moving on up. No, I didn't really watch it, actually. Okay, you guys are awesome. So we had 160 people, I think, at our peak, which was amazing. Thank you guys for being here. This was a really, really good stream. So, thank you for being here. I want to thank the moderators. It looks like you didn't have to do too much tonight, but I still appreciate you. Thank my sponsors, Perform and Transform, Gassy Jack Art, Monkey 9 Brewing, Zawada Mortgages. Thanks to everyone who donated money. Thanks to everyone who became members. And thanks to everyone who subscribed tonight. This was a really, really fun stream tonight. Impromptu stream. Impromptu, and I got one of my biggest audiences ever. I don't think it was my biggest, but I got one of my biggest audiences ever. So I put a short 1-minute video up on the Pettersson and Hughes contracts, and then I'll do a longer form video sometime tomorrow once they officially announce the numbers. So thank you for being here. As I always like to say, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video on your way out, and consider becoming a member of the CCC Crew if you want to do so. I appreciate you guys. Really excited for the community we are building here, and yeah, I can't wait. We're only 2 weeks away from my 24-hour live stream, which is going to be absolutely crazy. So thanks for popping on. Unplanned, impromptu, spontaneous, whatever word you want to use, but we are here. All right, and Justin, I hope you sell those tickets. So don't forget, if you're new here, I always do my wind up here now, and then I'll do one bad dad joke and Dexter, to answer your question, no, Sunday is everyone. My members only live stream will be on Wednesdays now. So the first Wednesday of every month is the members only live stream. So God bless you too, Brian. Yes. So Sunday will be regular. Wednesday will be members only. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I wanted to let you know that I was up super early this morning, and I started wondering what time the sun would rise. And then it dawned on me. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.